What's going on, guys? It's your boy Carson here, back with a brand new video, and in today's exciting video, we're talking about washing your car before a ceramic coating. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, and we are talking about washing the car before a ceramic coating. Of course, this is what you do before you decide to polish, and you want to get all of the contamination off the surface and get it as clean as you possibly can. So let's get into it. Alrighty, and for today's vehicle, we are using my brand new to me 2010 BMW 328i. Now this vehicle had pretty much zero protection on it. I did wash it one time before, applying just a quick spray sealant on it. So we're gonna go ahead and strip all of that off today. With that, I know I needed to hit the engine bay first because this engine bay was a little dusty and had some headlight compound on it from when I restored the headlights. So let's go ahead and knock that out first. With that, of course, we started with a quick pre-rinse to get any of the preliminary dust and dirt off the surface. For our spot treatment today, we are using just a little bit of all-purpose cleaner, diluted 10:1. That one is from P&S and it's their EnviroClean. Again, that's diluted 10:1, just in a generic trigger sprayer. All right, and since that's spot treated, we are ready to go with our brake buster. You guys know I love my brake buster, so we went ahead and foamed that on nice and thick. Brake buster is a phenomenal engine bay cleaner as well as a wheel and tire cleaner. Again, foam that on, looking phenomenal there and letting that do majority of the work. With that, it did need a few spots that needed a good scrub, so we went ahead and used our Detail Factory curveball brush just to get in there nice and gently to scrub and agitate a few of those surfaces that needed a decent scrub. Alrighty, and off camera, I went ahead and rinsed that, hit it with a little bit of motor plast, and it's of course looking brand new. But if you want to see a little bit more on how to detail your engine bay, check out the video that I did with that up at the top of the screen. Next, we went ahead and started cleaning our wheels. We went ahead and hit them with a quick pre-rinse to get any of the dust, dirt, and grime off of them real quick. Then we went in with a little bit of Armor Detail Supply tire cleaner just to get any of the embedded tire shine or anything like that. Luckily, these guys were pretty dang clean, which is always a good sign since they were just refinished and have a layer of Armor Detail Supply Ghost on them. Next, of course, we hit it with our dedicated wheel cleaner. We're using Armor Detail Supply wheel cleaner there and hitting the barrels and faces and letting that starting to break down any embedded brake dust or iron contamination that's in those faces or the barrels. Of course, we got to add some lubrication to the surface, so we went ahead and foamed on some more brake buster onto the surface. For agitation, we went ahead and started with our Detail Factory tire scrub brush and scrubbed down the tires, giving them a quick once over with our tire brush. Next, we went ahead and attacked our barrels with the Easy Detail brush there and kind of got into the nooks and crannies with that guy. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of a mishap with some anti-seize, so I had to get in there pretty good. For the wheel faces, we went ahead and used the Rag Company's Ultra Wheel Mitt and got into the wheel faces as well as the wheel spokes, and got in there and cleaned those nice and well. Following that, we went ahead and used our final Detail Factory brush. We used the Tri-Grip Mini to get into the lug nuts and some of the smaller intricate areas that we may have missed with our final scrub. Now we gave it a nice clean rinse to get all of that nastiness out of there. And finally, to give it a slight layer of protection, we went ahead and threw on a little bit of Sternagloss Glatt on the surface as our rinse aid. All right, in the moment you've been waiting for, this is the decon process. Now, everyone's gonna have their own specific way of doing things. This is the way that I found that works out pretty dang good for me. Of course, if you like a few things, you can use it or change it if you'd like to. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, and bringing out the star of the show, this is Armor Detail Supply Decon Soap. Now, this is what's gonna be doing the heavy lifting today and making sure our surface is nice and clean. We're gonna be using about 3 ounces in our snow foam cannon and about 1 ounce in our bucket. Now, let's go ahead and get this diluted. Now, as you can see here, I'm filling it up to about 3 ounces there of product. Of course, you can adjust it depending if you like a little bit more foam or a little bit less foam. Then, of course, we fill up the rest of our foam cannon with water and we are ready to go. Alrighty, and we are gonna go ahead and utilize the 1 bucket method today, of course. Now, we're gonna be utilizing our Decon soap as our pre-foam. So all we're gonna have to do is go ahead and foam it on. As you can see here, I did not pre-rinse the vehicle. I went ahead and foamed it on dry. There's no need to pre-rinse the vehicle if you are utilizing this one bucket method. Since I'm not in perfect conditions, I'm only letting this dwell for about a minute and a half here. You can see here that I went ahead and rinsed it down and it's looking pretty dang good from just that one foam. But we're gonna have to do a contact wash on it. Alrighty, and it is time to foam a second time. As you can see here, I didn't mix up a second batch of Decon soap. I'm utilizing the same batch that I used when I pre-foamed it. That's one advantage about having a smaller car is you can utilize it and foam it twice if you really need to. So keep that in mind when you're mixing up foam, and if you're mindful when you are spreading out your foam on your vehicle, you could potentially get 2 foam sessions out of it, so keep that in mind. And you can see here, it is laying on nice and thick, and we are almost out of foam, but that was the perfect amount, and so that is quite amazing. Alrighty, and we're jumping into the contact wash. I'm utilizing the Rag Company's Cyclone wash pad there and flipping about halfway through the panel. You can see here that my wash pad is quite steamy as I'm utilizing hot water since it is winter time here in Idaho. When contact washing the vehicle with Decon soap, this is really when you're gonna get the most bite. This soap does a phenomenal job, of course, in the foam cannon, but when you agitate this soap, this is really where it's gonna bite quite a bit. This is really where it's going to remove all those waxes, those sealants, those spray sealants, whatever there are on the surface. This is where it's going to do it. As you can see here, I'm working in smaller sections and you can see the paint is kind of flat, and that's exactly what we want to see. Especially compared to the windows there. The windows are ceramic coated, and compared to the paint of the vehicle, the paint is super flat. That's exactly what we want to see. Alrighty, and the contact wash is finally finished. Now, this is a great time to check and make sure that the entire vehicle is flat. What I mean by that is when you are rinsing it off, you want to make sure that the paint is flat everywhere. Make sure if you want it to be hydrophobic, it is hydrophobic. If you don't want it to be hydrophobic, it's not hydrophobic. Alrighty, and it is time to use an iron remover. Now, an iron remover is a chemical contamination remover rather than a physical contamination remover, which we'll get into in just a minute. But for today's product of choice, we're utilizing 3D's BDX Iron Dissolve, which is their iron remover. I'm utilizing the press-all sprayer head there because it's got that dual action and it dispenses just a little bit more product. Now, as you can see here, I'm mainly focused on any metal painted surface rather than any plastic painted surface or any glass, as iron does like to stick to the metal painted surface rather than anything else. But let's go ahead and spray that around the entire vehicle and let it work for just about 30 seconds. We do not want this to dry on the car. All right, and by the purple pool down on the concrete there, you can see it's working pretty dang good, and that's exactly what we want to see. And this is a new step to me, so shout out to Brad from Arbor Detail Supply. We're gonna go ahead and foam the car one more time. We are utilizing Koshchemi's GFX. That is their holiday edition gentle snow foam, which does a phenomenal job at lifting any dirt and debris, and it does a phenomenal job at lubricating the surface. So again, it's gonna do a phenomenal job at being a clay lubricant. Alrighty, so we are foamed and we are looking good. Now we're gonna have to use our mechanical contamination removers. That is our clay. For our clay, there is 2 different types of clay. There is synthetic clay and of course our natural clay. I went ahead and used both of them on the vehicle here, and I utilized the Ultra Clay Scrubber by the Rag Company, and I prefer the Ultra Clay Scrubber. Now, the Ultra Clay Scrubber is a synthetic clay and it is super easy to use. It makes it a lot easier to use and a lot faster to use because I can just kind of go through each and every panel nice and quick, dunking my clay media every few passes there in every small section that I'm working in and calling it a day. Alrighty, and then I gave it one final good rinse just to make sure everything was out of the surface, all of the foam was gone, everything was gone. And this is one of the most important parts of the entire process. You want to go ahead and inspect the car. I'm glad that I inspected my car very thoroughly because I did find on the passenger side, the front and the back, that there was a little bit of road paint on the lower rocker, as well as the front area and the front kind of clip area. Fortunately, I don't have any footage of that, but I went ahead and hit it with a little bit of Ulix, and it is all finished up and all good to go. Alrighty, and the final part of it is you're gonna wanna dry the surface. Now, this part may not be the funnest. You can utilize a blower, but it's really not going to do anything since the paint is going to be super flat. I went ahead and used my most absorbent drying towel. I utilized the 1500 by the Rag Company since it's my biggest and most absorbent drying towel. Went ahead and just dried the car entirely with that, and it was looking pretty dang good. And the next steps, if you were going to jump right into polishing, I would highly recommend utilizing a leaf blower or some compressed air and blowing out any cracks and crevices to get out any of the water that's trapped in there. Or if you're going to leave it overnight or leave it for a few hours, you should be good and you can work on some touch-ups in the morning. But that is pretty much it. That is how you wash a car to be prepped for a ceramic coating. Anything else is going to be involving polishing or the ceramic coating itself. In conclusion, prep is going to be your most important part when doing a ceramic coating, wax, or a spray sealant. Now, following these simple wash process is going to be the easiest way and the best way to get those pro level results at home. Of course, if you want to change anything, feel free to, you're more than welcome to. If you have anything to add, or if you'd like to change a few things, or if you want to tell me to do a few things, make sure to drop them in the comments down below. But if you're interested in any of the products that we talked about today, make sure to check them out with the links down below in the description. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to press the like button down below, subscribe down below if you're brand new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.